Hey YouTubers, this is Koroeno, and I just saw One Piece. I just read One Piece manga chapter 760, and let me just say, Jinbei is still not there, and I'm at the point where I'm not even gonna worry, because right now, Sanji and them are just screwed. No matter what you think about it, they're screwed. You have only a couple of good fighters here. You have Sanji, you have Brook. I think Kinemon, no Kinemon isn't on the ship. You have Sanji, Brook, and Chopper. Yeah, Nami's there too, but I think the only two that are able to actually put up a good fight are Sanji, Brook, and Chopper, if he goes monster point. But they're like on that ship, and I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't. I just really don't. And you gotta consider, this is Big Mom. I'm pretty sure she's not on that ship, but then again, I can't make promises. But then again, this is a Yonko's crew we're talking about. The Whitebeard pirates themselves were pretty formidable, and these were like thousands among thousands. Whitebeard focused on numbers. He focused on like numbers, mixed with powerful figures. Shanks focuses on purely powerful figures. Kaido focuses on numbers. We haven't seen most of his crew members, but we just see he has numbers among numbers. Now, basically for Big Mom, we see diversity, but I don't think I see a lot of crew members. That thing is, that ship is huge. She could be on that ship. And I'm just like, we saw Tamago and Pekrum in like the Fishman arc. And we saw what Pekrum did to Caribou, who is a Logia user, and he was pretty formidable himself. He one-hit punched Caribou and finished him off. Now, I'm just not even sure, like, seriously, this is Big Mom's crew. I'm like, they're done, like, Jinbei's even there. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna worry any more chapters, because they're just screwed. They're already captured or something like that. I'm like, if Luffy does beat Doflamingo, Big Mom is gonna talk to him on some Den Mushi and tell him that she's captured some of his crew members and all that. Then he's gonna have to deal with that. Then I think Caesar's on that ship, so then we gotta deal with that as well. It is just gonna be a crap storm. But back to the manga. When you see Sabo being lectured by Koala about fighting Admiral Issho, and she was talking about, do you want to drag the revolutionaries into this? And Sabo's like, well, that's my brother, and I'll do anything for him. Then he remembers, in the middle of his fight with Admiral Issho agreed with him. They shared the same views. And it didn't blow my mind really, because for number one, we're already getting clear clues and key points here that Admiral Issho can potentially be a revolutionary, or he could potentially be, sharing the same ideals as a revolutionary, because he wanted to get rid of the Shichibukai system because he doesn't find that trustworthy. He also, as well as wanting to get rid of the Shichibukai, he protects people. He cares about people over power, over money, over everything like that. He isn't corrupt like some of the Marines, and he isn't violent like some of the most evil pirates. And I'm just like, it blows my mind, because I'm like, seriously. It's like, seriously. And when I saw that they agreed, and it just cleared. I'm like, but then we get the King Riku and Usopp and the rest of them that have been captured by the citizens. The citizens release them, and they really are confused, and they really don't know what to do anymore. I'm like, yeah, if I came out of a 10-year like amnesia of what happened in the world, what happened in my town, and I hated my king for a while and whatnot, and then I figured out that really he didn't do anything wrong, and now the old king that I've known for 10 years is making everyone kill themselves. It's making everyone kill people. I just wouldn't know what to do. I mean, like, literally. So they pledge their loyalty to him, and they tell him that they're gonna follow whatever he wants. And he says he's betting on Luffy. And then Admiral Issho comes out of nowhere, and he has a cup and some die, and he's like, I'm betting on Luffy as well. I'm gonna make the same bet as you. And I'm just like, oh snap. This just shows that Admiral Issho is a good guy. Now, he's promised Doflamingo that he was going to stop Luffy and Sabo and whatnot. And now we see him doing the exact opposite. How this affects his position as Admiral, I do not know. I mean, maybe he'll lie about it. I really don't know. But then we see like Luffy and Law. We see Doflamingo on the ground. He spit up blood. Then Luffy's like, it hurt, didn't it? And then like we see Treble, who's trying to regenerate, and he was talking about how a hit like that isn't really gonna affect him and all of that. And it turns out Radio Knife isn't just simply cutting him up. Radio Knife works differently. Apparently the way Radio Knife is set up is like specifically for Logia users. It's set up so Treble cannot reform. He cannot put himself back together. And so Treble is like how Treble's panicking because Law is starting to aim at his head with the sword, and he's about to do like an injection. And he's like, wait, remember all the times I raised you as a kid? And then he was about to do shot. And then Treble's gonna do a snot sword or something like that. I wanted to see what that would have looked like, but obviously the sword was gonna hit him before the snot was gonna hit Law. But Doflamingo appears, boom, just smacks the sword out of the way. And then I think he slashes Law, or he does. I think he slashes Law. Then he puts like 3 strings through Law. Treble's still trying to recuperate. Then Luffy tries to attack him. Doflamingo kicks Luffy. Luffy tries to block it with Haki. But then Doflamingo infuses his kick with Haki and kicks the living crap out of Luffy. Now, I gotta admit, I was panicking because Doflamingo got hit with Red Hawk. And as far as I've seen now, Red Hawk has got to be one of Luffy's strongest moves. Because it was literally based off of his brother Ace. And if Red Hawk did not even so much as hurt Doflamingo, screw that. I don't even know what Luffy has up his sleeve now. I mean, like, Luffy has to have a lot of other stuff up his sleeve, but Red Hawk only made Doflamingo cough up some blood. Only did that. And look at what Doflamingo did. A kick. It wasn't even a move, it was a kick. A Haki-infused kick. And remember before, he Haki-infused punched Luffy. Now Luffy had to do a Red Hawk. But all Doflamingo has to do is Haki-infused punch and kick. He's even using Haki-infused strings. That's scary. That's really scary here. And then like he wrapped some strings around Luffy's arms and handcuffed him. And then he made Bellamy slash Luffy. And that just so basically the playing field has now been rebalanced, and Doflamingo's now back at the top. And Doflamingo's like, you know what insults me more? The fact that 2 brats like you think you can take me down. And then he's like, and I was like, and then he was talking about like how that just hurts him. And then he was like someone of my birth. He was like a world noble. And he's like something that birth alone is a privilege, and birth alone is something like it's extravagant and glorious. And then he was talking about his past. He was talking about his past, and this is what I'm talking about. Thank you, God, Oda. It shows his flashback, and he was talking about how his dad wanted to become an average man. He no longer wanted to be a world noble, and it showed Doflamingo's supposedly this bed or this room, and shadowy figure that's supposed to be his father. And he was talking to his father, and he said, "Mother died because you brought us to this filthy place." And then Doflamingo was like, do you have like a slave insulted me, or a slave did this? Do you have a gun so I can shoot them? And then something like that. And Doflamingo, it shows like the world noble mindset is in Doflamingo's mind. Even as a kid, he was arrogant, and he was bloodlusted. The difference between Doflamingo and other world nobles is Doflamingo was sadistically bloodlusted. Sadistic. These other ones, they're just arrogant. They just shoot you. And like, I'm like, really? And then Doflamingo explains later on he killed his dad and brought his head to Majoris, and they no longer accepted his family because they thought his family was a family of traitors. And I'm like, yeah, you killed your dad, and your dad pretty much wanted to live pretty much wanted to be like living a regular life. I'm pretty sure all the world nobles no longer saw you as clean per se. They no longer saw you as worthy. And I gotta say that I kind of would feel Doflamingo's anger to be born in a high class, be reduced down to low class, and then try to rise back up, only to get told that you're not welcome there anymore. It would have ticked me off. And Doflamingo said his goal from now on has just simply been to destroy the whole world, or just simply destroy all of that. And I'm just like, if you look at the way Doflamingo was talking as a kid, that is similar to the way Law was talking when he met Doflamingo. Law was willing to blow up everyone in that room. Everyone. He is sadistic as Doflamingo was. They were both the same as kids. I can see why Doflamingo treated Law like a little brother, because they had the same mindset. I want to know what Doflamingo's brother was like. What was his mindset? Because he was supposed to be nicer. We haven't seen him in flashbacks. I really want to know that. But cool to out, like, comment, rate, subscribe. I really want to know more. Doflamingo's past has really been an eye shocker. I can see why he stole like the heavenly tribute money for the world nobles. But cool to out, like, comment, rate, subscribe. I'm out.